Hey everybody, are there pods on spaceships and what are they for? Um, yes, there are. What are they for? Well, which pods are we talking about? That's the question because as I'm reminiscing about my experiences, I have experienced healing pods with fluids in them. I have experienced quantum what are they called, guides? Quantum healing tables, pods, devices, um, things of that nature. Quantum healing, anything quantum healing can. Usually, I've seen tables of pod-like devices. There are um, these things that like hook you up into other computerized forms of reality. There are pods that people, use to send their energy into other bodies, other spaces and times. There are healing pods, which I mentioned. Um, travel. There are travel pods, they're saying, that teleport physical bodies. There are many forms of pod technology that have different functions. So the idea is that it depends on what we're talking about, and I assume the question means the healing pods. There's a lot of talk about those. I've seen different ones. They do exist. When it comes to humans creating them, I don't trust the human collective that is building these things. Not yet, anyway. I think there's a lot of progress that needs to be made, and we're still in this world of like capitalizing on medical stuff, but we do have the technology here too, and in that DNA technology, restructuring DNA, quantum fields, just healing, like walking in and healing. If you've ever seen the movie Elysium, 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 Elysium with Matthew Matt Damon. Taking me sometimes the 3D stuff gets me when I'm doing this. Matt Damon, Elysium, where he goes up onto he fights his way up onto the ring world where all the rich people are, and they have like these pods that you walk into, and it's like instantaneous healing. It heals you at a DNA level. That type of stuff exists. There are also ones that you go into and they have more of a fluid in them, and those are the ones I saw initially. The ones that I had been in, and they had a brownish green fluid maybe, and it was much like a Bacta tank from Star Wars type of thing. Different, looked a bit different, but similar. Where you see Luke floating and his hand is healing, but the fluid like encompasses your body and heals you and does different things. And there's energetic ones, quantum healing tables, all kinds of different technology. It just depends on the race, the technology of the race, what intention they have with that piece of technology, and what we mean by pod type of thing. So really, somebody is saying to me, one of my guides is like, your imagination is your limitation. Uh, if you think of a pod and you only think of it as a medical pod, then that is your limitation. If you think of a pod and understand that the technology of a pod, the design of a pod, could be developed into something else by a different civilization or even different beings of the same civilization, like we do with our scientists. The actual pod itself could be used for innumerable, incalculable, they're saying, intentions. performant. Somebody's saying performances, perform functions, functions. I feel like I'm talking to a guide who's not giving me the full 3D. It's a disconnect for some reason, technological. They're saying they're higher in technology and not used to talking to me as much. But functions. So the pods could have multiple functions depending on your imagination. If you can imagine it, somebody out there has done it. If the human brain can imagine it, the human consciousness can imagine it, some species out there has mastered that as a technology. It just depends on where are they? When were they? What are they? Where are they from? Those types of things. And will we ever find them? They're saying that a lot of our imagination is core memory from our past lives. So when people imagine like, oh, this does XYZ, they're actually remembering something from a higher technology lifetime type of thing. Hopefully that answers the question. I'm a little bit slower in my delivery, I feel, so hopefully that wasn't too hard to listen to. But let me know how it resonates. Love you all. Grateful for each and every one of you.